Hi friends, I'm gonna see if I can try to do this in one take. It's been a while. It's been a little while. I've kind of had some, if you're following certain of my social media accounts and YouTube channel stuff, you've kind of seen some movement and some activity, but it kind of feels like I haven't really been putting out a lot of output, but there's a lot of things that have been happening on the inside, happening beneath the surface, shall we say. Anyway, I'm trying to record this video in one take without any edits, so if that's your jam, feel free to keep watching, I suppose. I'm considerably better at doing unscripted videos like this, but I'm not still quite there yet. But we're getting there. Anyway, the main point of this video is to inform you that I am working on another fairly large type of project, and it's not entirely a project that I've never done anything like it before. It's kind of related, but it's a multimedia project, I guess I should say. The code name for it is TFD. That's one of the code names for it. But it's such a beautiful July night right now. It is the end of July as I'm recording this. I'm also, unrelatedly too, but I am also on tour now, basically. Not a music tour, even though I'm going to be playing music, but I'm touring around different places. I'm visiting different places, unrelated events, but still, it's kind of cool to be touring around. So anyway, that's a total side note. Anyway, yes, so the multimedia project TFD is underway. I have been working on, so I'll say right now, part of the project, excuse me, I'm also kind of getting over being sick. Here I go again on another tangent. I was diagnosed with ADHD last year, if you could not tell. Another part of the project, the main part really, is going to be a 10 plus track album, LP, long playing record. And and so my original thought for this project was that, hey, I'll write a whole bunch of songs. I'll write 30 songs and then take the top 10 plus of those 30 songs and then record those, produce those, and those will be the songs on the album. Never quite done something like that before. And so that's what I kind of tried to do at the beginning of this year. I began writing songs, and as well as working on a bunch of other projects. We got a bunch of projects, by the way, too. Just so many projects. Projects are just coming out my ears and everything. Oh wow, this is like the biggest like daffodil type. You see that? I didn't know there were plants like that had little like floaty seed things that could get that big. That's awesome. Anyway, so I wanted to write 30 songs. Anyway, I've written and actually demoed 16 songs so far. 16. And that means, which it's kind of taken a longer process. I was hoping to have all the 30 songs written by now, but it's kind of came to my attention that basically, of the 16 songs that I've written and demoed, some of them I really, really like, and some I probably will record and use for some type of projects, but I'm kind of like, I don't know, for this album, for the TFD project, I want it to be a concept album of sorts, and it almost felt like for me to write it, it needs to be a little bit more cohesive, so to say. And I'm like, well, I still have 14 songs that I want to write for this project, to select from those. And so my current plan now is to actually write those songs. And I actually I'm trying a new unconventional way, or a way different from how I usually successfully write songs. And I basically wrote out 14 song ideas, very rough, very vague, well, not always vague, but like very basic ideas, like a song about this topic in like, a medium rock feel, so to speak. Anyway, just all these different ideas. And yeah, so I did that, and now I'm trying to see. So the main difference is, normally when I write music, when I write music with words, with lyrics that someone is going to be singing, usually I write the vocal part and the music part at the same time. So like I write the lyrics and the melody at the same time, I should say, or thereabouts, where it's like sometimes I'll have a lyrical line that a melody seems to fit with that. For this project though, I'm gonna see if I can write at least like, a full rough draft of every single lyric for these 14 songs, and just get those lyrics all written out. And then once the lyrics are all written out, then go back and see about putting those lyrics to music and see what happens. So that's my current thought with that. I've done enough projects now at this point that, like, I've kind of getting familiar with the way that my creative process works and the way my brain works when it comes to working on different music and projects and stuff. And so, yeah. So anyway, this is kind of a part one of this like video series of me talking about the TFD project. As of now, it hasn't been officially released, the name of it, but the name will be, if you do really want to do some digging, you can probably figure out what the name of this album is going to be. But yeah, feel free to stay tuned as I keep trying to get in the habit of making more YouTube videos, especially on this channel. I've been feeling kind of nostalgic for when I did all those like album updates for when I made the triple album back in like 2019 and that type of stuff. So yeah, it's such a beautiful spring evening. Man, there's a rabbit over there. All right. So yeah, I'm running out of time, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. Also, feel free to stay tuned to all my different social stuff if you want to see my kind of tour reports, and I'll try to keep this updated. So thank you. Have a fabulous time. We'll see you later.